Imagine waking up to see massive machines crawling across Europe, bigger than buses, stronger than locomotives, and built for one job, carrying America's most powerful tanks straight to the front lines. These aren't ordinary trucks you'd see on a highway. These are the U.S. military's newest giant transporters, engineered to move the legendary M1 Abrams tanks, each weighing nearly 70 tons, across vast distances without breaking a sweat. And now, a fleet of 100 of these mechanical giants is on the move, rolling through Europe like a convoy from the future. So why now? The world is standing on edge. Political tensions are rising, and NATO is stepping up its readiness. In modern warfare, it's not just about how much firepower you have. It's about how fast you can get it where it needs to be. That's where these transporters come in. Tanks are powerful, but they're slow and guzzle fuel when driving long distances. Transporters solve that problem, carrying them quickly, safely, and efficiently to the front lines. But this deployment is more than just logistics. It's a message. To allies, it says, "We've got you covered." To potential adversaries, it warns, "We can move heavy armor anywhere, anytime, and we can do it fast." As these giants roll across highways and railheads, they transform the landscape into a moving fortress, one that represents both power and precision. This isn't just about machines. It's about momentum, strategy, and the ability to strike or support at a moment's notice. The U.S. isn't just moving tanks. It's moving intent. And with 100 of these behemoths leading the charge, that intent has never been louder or heavier. To move an M1 Abrams tank, a machine that tips the scales at nearly 70 tons, you need more than just a strong truck. You need a monster built for war. Enter the Heavy Equipment Transporter System, or HTS. These aren't the kind of vehicles you pass on a highway. They're purpose-built machines, engineered to carry America's heaviest armored vehicles across long distances without a hitch. Picture an engine wrapped in armor, pulling a trailer so massive it looks like a mobile bridge, stretching low to the ground to balance weight, and keep the convoy stable. And the ones now rolling into Europe aren't just any HETS. They're upgraded models designed for modern battlefields. They come with more power, massive engines generating over 700 horsepower, giving them the muscle to climb steep terrain even with a tank strapped to their backs. Smart systems, advanced GPS navigation, and encrypted communication links that let entire convoys move as one, staying coordinated no matter the conditions. Better protection. Reinforced armor cabs to keep the crews safe from small arms fire or shrapnel, because in today's conflicts, even transport vehicles can become targets. In plain language, these things are the tow trucks of war, but calling them tow trucks almost feels insulting. Instead of towing sedans from a city street, they're hauling 70-ton beasts designed to crush enemy armor and punch holes through defenses. With these transporters, the Abrams tanks don't waste fuel, wear down their engines, or crawl slowly to their destinations. They arrive fresh, ready to fight, and delivered by machines just as tough as the weapons. This deployment isn't random. It's strategic timing. The movement of 100 new transporters into Europe reflects a critical shift in how NATO plans to respond to rising tensions, particularly in Eastern Europe. Modern conflicts demand speed and flexibility, and heavy armor, while powerful, is notoriously hard to move. An M1 Abrams tank is a battlefield juggernaut, but on long hauls, it's a logistical nightmare. Driving hundreds of miles under its own power chews through fuel, wears down the engine, and risks breaking parts that are vital for combat. Worse, it slows everything down. That's where these giant transporters step in. They solve the mobility problem. With this deployment, NATO gains 3 huge advantages. 1. Faster response times. Tanks that once took weeks of position can now arrive in a matter of days, ready for immediate action. 2. Preserve firepower. By riding on transporters instead of grinding across roads, tanks reach the battlefield in top condition, engines cool and weapons fully operational. 3. Strategic flexibility. Forces can now shift positions unpredictably, keeping potential adversaries guessing about where the next move will come from. A senior Pentagon official summed it up perfectly. Power is not just about how many tanks you have. It's about how fast you can move them. These transporters are more than machines. They're force multipliers. They allow NATO to project power across borders without losing time or capability. Every mile they cover represents an unspoken message. NATO can appear anywhere, fast and expected and fully armed. In modern warfare, mobility is dominance, and this deployment is proof that the U.S. and its allies are preparing to move faster than ever before. Picture this. A convoy of 100 massive transporters rumbling through Europe, engines growling like thunder, each one carrying a 70-ton M1 Abrams tank. It's not just movement. It's a steel parade, a carefully choreographed operation designed for precision and speed. Step 1. Load up. The process starts with the tank climbing onto the trailer via heavy-duty ramps. It's not as simple as driving onto a flatbed. This is a team effort. The tank crew and transporter driver communicate constantly, inching the machine forward with pinpoint accuracy. One wrong move could tilt the balance, but these crews train for this dance until it's second nature. Step 2. Lockdown. Once in place, the Abrams is secured using industrial-strength chains and clamps that grip it tighter than a vice. The goal is simple. When that transporter hits a bump at 60 miles an hour, the tank must stay rock solid. Not a centimeter of movement allowed. Step 3. Move out. With the load secure, the convoy begins its journey. These transporters aren't sluggish. They can reach highway speeds while hauling their armored cargo. Military escorts clear the roads ahead, ensuring nothing disrupts the mission. Day or night, rain or snow, the movement doesn't stop. Step 4. Offload. At the destination, the process reverses. The tanks roll off the trailers fully fueled, weapons checked, and crews ready. Unlike tanks that drive long distances and arrive worn out, these machines arrive fresh and battle-ready. And here's the kicker. While the tanks are resting, the crews aren't idle. They're strategizing, reviewing maps, and planning their next moves. By the time the tanks hit the ground, both machines and soldiers are prepared to fight at full strength. Deploying 100 new transporters isn't just a short-term maneuver. It's a foundation for a logistical network built for modern warfare. In today's conflicts, raw firepower alone isn't enough. The true deciding factor is mobility. The side that can move faster, adapt quicker, and project power farther often gains the upper hand long before the first shot is fired. These transporters are how the U.S. and NATO plan to secure that advantage. On the surface, it might look mundane. To the average passerby, these are just big trucks rumbling down a highway. But to military planners, every transporter represents power and motion. They are the bridge between strategy and execution, the invisible infrastructure that turns heavy armor into a rapidly deployable force. Every mile they travel sends a dual message. To allies, we've got your back. These transporters mean that reinforcements aren't just promised. They're guaranteed to arrive, fast, organized, and fully equipped. To rivals, we could be anywhere, anytime. Moving tanks across continents used to be slow and predictable. Now, with this fleet, NATO forces can shift positions without warning, complicating any adversary's plans. A soldier recently put it best while standing next to one of these towering machines. These things aren't just trucks, they're the muscle that moves the muscle. Without them, tanks are powerful but limited. With them, tanks become strategic weapons, capable of showing up where they're least expected, ready to change the outcome of battle. Final thought. So, the next time you see a video clip of massive transporters rolling through Europe, understand that you're not just watching a convoy, you're watching a chess game on wheels. Each transporter is like a queen on a chessboard, versatile, powerful, and able to control the flow of the game. And with 100 new queens now in play, the U.S. has made one thing clear. In the race to move faster and strike smarter, it plans to stay several moves ahead.